If it closes and you recognize it, it means you watch a lot of TMZ. It's where Britney Spears was famously put into an ambulance a few years ago when she went cuckoo and shaved her head. She wouldn't let K-Fed have the kids one day, and the gate was broken. The police were here and everything, so they couldn't get an ambulance through that gate being broken. What they had to do was drive her up the hill in a private car, get her out, put her on the gurney in front of everybody. The paparazzi, there was like 10 deep back then because she had been going nuts though. They videoed it, of course. This guy could actually be one. He is in a hybrid. He parks up there and he sits there. They love those Priuses these days. You'll know he's paparazzi sitting there waiting for them to come in and out. So many celebrities in and out of here. They love that $4 to $20 million price point because they often own 5 to 10 homes around the world. Then a lot of them are afraid of Beverly Park, too expensive. If you look back, you can see the Stallone mansion also have a nice gap between the railing here and the walnut tree. Right there, Stallone will not be there right now. Does anybody know why he would not be there? That's a good answer. He may be doing work for the Expendables, but let's say he's not, and he's in town. Why would he not be at that house there? Does anybody notice that it's hot out today?
Yes.
Yes, so this is the time of the year they spend at their beach house. That's right, he has another home 50 miles away in Malibu. Where the weather's nice. There's a real Hummer behind us, not a fake one, a real one. I wonder who's driving that. That's what Schwarzenegger used to have, but he doesn't ride around in that anymore. This house in front of me, on the left, is where they used to put the contestants for a little show called American Idol. As you look through the gates here, you can see the owner of the home is renovating it. He didn't necessarily kick them out. What happened was he said, I don't want to renew the lease with the producers of the show. So this season they had to find somewhere else. He had them about 5 or 6 years. He decided that he got tired, according to him, he got tired of them damaging the property. There goes the Hummer, see? That's probably some like rapper car. You know, the young guys like that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? They got the money. Now, yeah, he said that these singers were damaging furniture, breaking cabinets. Plus, they all complained that that house was haunted. You know, I go by every day, and so I've had some time to think about it. It's really amazing. Here you are in this show, American Idol. You haven't won anything yet. You're just at that house. But when they get to that house, they get help. They have people to help make them coffee. People to go to the grocery store. Anybody seen any grocery stores around here?
No.
Right? Help them with their mail or their issues with their family, this fan mail. Basically, that's just what turns some people into little divas. Here on the left is Franklin Canyon. It's a very, very, very famous canyon. One of our drinking water reservoirs is in there, and Nature Center and everything. It's really nice. If you remember the Andy Griffith show, that's where they filmed the opening of that with the fishing pond and the pine trees. We had just passed on the right, another hiking area. By the way, anybody recognize this ugly green weed bush thing right there? What is that green thing? This growing on the road there. Anybody know what that is called? That was a tumbleweed.
Oh.
Now it's still alive. A tumbleweed is a very iconic part of the American West, like a cowboy or a horseshoe as an imagery. What will happen is it will die. It just comes for the summer. And it has a lot of thorns. It will, and you notice it's big and kind of round. It will die and turn completely brown and be hard. And then it'll snap off at the ground, right at the ground. And then when the wind blows in the wintertime, you'll see it tumbling down the road. They're about 3 feet across or more, depending on their size. And you wouldn't want to just run up and grab one. They have all these little thorns. You got to be careful when you pick one up. If you look off to the right, there you see a tennis court suspended on stilts over a cliff. And it looks perfectly safe to me. On the left here, I'm going to try to let some people pass me and see if they can get around me. I'm trying to find a driveway I can pull out. You know, this is perfect, by the way. On the left here, and I'll pull forward so you can see it. There are 3 mailboxes because there are 3 houses down there. One man lives there. He bought Marlon Brando's house when Marlon died, and he already owned the other house because he's been there like 40 years. His name is Jack Nicholson. Now this
nice.
green cactusy looking thing he has in front is called a succulent. The real specific name is agave, and you make tequila with that bush, which is perfect for Jack Nicholson if you know him. If you know who Roman Polanski is and why he cannot come to America, it happened down that driveway. So we will arrest him. Jack is a fan of the greatest basketball team there ever was, the Los Angeles Lakers, and we are going to win the championship this year. And Jack goes to every home game, every season. That's about 50 home games, and he sits right on the Lakers court floor there, in which he pays $10,000 a seat per game. And he often brings a guest. So if you're thinking, geez, poor old man's going to go broke, no, he's not. Jack's worth several $100 million. He's not going anywhere.